Do you play golf almost every day?
Almost every day.
And sometimes 36 holes.
Always 36 hours.
And what's your handicap these days?
4, and it's a bad 4. So
Yeah,
don't think that you can take advantage.
No,
of
I heard it was a 2. So
no,
I mean, I'm just
it's a 4.
Yo, what up, T-Up fam? It's your boy T-Up Kicks with Chris coming to you today with another episode. As we all know, JB Jordan Brand's been killing the golf game for some years now. So it's definitely been cool to see them evolve and do more retro style shoes. They killed us with the 5s this year. There was a slew of them. But it has been interesting to kind of see them roll out and do the various iterations of it, you know, from the OGs to the special packs in between that commemorated a certain championship or tournament. I think it was a nice touch on it, but I'd like to see Nike kind of mix it up a little bit. There's becoming this kind of reoccurring theme of, all right, we got a tournament, let's throw a Jordan 5 in there. And to give credence to that, the Jordan 5's 30th anniversary was this particular year, so I do understand that. But yeah, with regards to switching it up, Nike's got to keep things interesting. Now, what I've got here is just a breakdown of each OG pair that actually aligns with the actual golf sneaker that came out. Now, truth be told, if you notice, there's an interesting kind of correlation that goes in between the shoe. All of these shoes came out as sneakers first, and they all found their golf iterations of them, which is dope. You know, it's cool, but at the same time, it's starting to create somewhat of a pattern. And I'm going to discuss that pattern in another light compared to the other Jordans that have came out in the past. And this will help you to kind of understand where I'm going with introducing the 2021 collection coming from JB. Yo, so I'm keeping it simple here. So basically, this is just releases that have came out in the past over the last couple of years. We got the 11s at the tops, 13 in the middle, then the 3s on the side, and the 1s at the bottom. And basically, if you look at each particular, the way the releases were set up, the 11s, they came out in 4 iterations, right? And when I say 4 iterations, I mean they came out in literally 4, I guess you could say like 4 original colorways that did not have any kind of collaboration to do with the tournament or championship. We all know there were more 11s that were made, but I'm focusing clearly just on the 11s that were not really linked or tied to any special event. And I've done that with each other pair that's listed here. There may have been other iterations that came with them, but these are just the kind of, I guess you could say, general release pairs that may have been limited in quantity, but really didn't come out for a specific event or tour. So I just wanted to kind of point out that if you start from the bottom to the top, you'll notice that with the 1s, there were 3 general pairs. With the 3s, there were 3 general pairs. And then with the 13s, there were 3 general pairs. Once we got those 3 general pairs released and we graduated to the 11s, that's when Nike started bringing out the 4. And what I mean is the 4 pair that they focus on, that's just from a general release perspective, is just a, nice clean colorways. Like I said, nothing tied to a tournament or a championship. Specific colorways that just come out and they may pay homage to, an OG pair, or they just may be a unique, clean colorway. This has been a pattern. We're all creatures of habit, and this has been a pattern that Nike's been doing and Jordan Brand's been doing for some time. So we got to kind of look at and pay attention to the details. So if we're doing 3-3-3, that means the next up is 4-4-4. So that means we're going to probably get 4 more pairs of Jordans that are in this general kind of quad relationship that I'm speaking of. So there may be other 4s that come out coming up for the 2021 year, but they're going to be 4 general pairs that commemorate an OG, have a clean colorway, etc., etc. So now that the foundation is kind of laid for everything, let's get to it. Now, to be fair, I've never really been a fan of the Jordan ADG series at all. The 2 was horrible to look at. These do look a little better, but I'm still not completely sold on this pair at all, and I don't see the fascination with them. However, I have heard that the comfort is unmatched, and this particular pair, if I can find them on sale somewhere, clearance Nike outlet, I would probably cop, but other than that, I'm not really interested. But the MSRP for 140, and it looks like they've got some nice little colorways to go with it. So for all you ADG fans, I know that there are a lot of golfers that are into ADGs. This is you right here. Yo, so next up, let's talk about these retros. So looks like definitely per a couple photos that we saw from Pat Perez, one of the PGA golfers, and a Jordan affiliate, that we're getting the cement 4s next year. Now, the dope thing about this is obviously the cement 4s were the first 4 ever worn by Jordan. So that's a really dope way to kind of kick off the year. And my guess is, given that they came out originally in February 1989, there's a good chance, just like the Fire Red 5s that came out this year, that we'll probably get these in February. Now, don't hold me to that date, but Nike has been kind of systematically releasing these to kind of pay homage to the original dates of when their inception occurred. So I wouldn't be surprised to really see these hit that date. Now, here's a couple photos I've got of the Pat Perez pair. Now, I did hear that people say that this particular pair was kind of a soul swap and wasn't like an original pair from Nike. I don't know how true that is, because obviously, as I mentioned before, Pat Perez is indeed a Jumpman affiliate. So if he needs pairs, he can get them with no problem. So just take a look at kind of the looks that we got here. Now, I love this view right here. Check out the Nike on that booty. Hey, yeah, just a beautiful nostalgic pair. Now, continuing with the pairs that we just went over, the cement 4s. So up next, we've got the bread 4s, and I'm super excited about this particular pair. Obviously, you can never go wrong with the black-red combination on pretty much any Jordan, but these are special to me. I absolutely adore this shoe. It looks like they'll probably still be using the Durabuck. Now, I don't have a rendering of what this will look like in golf, but you can kind of visualize the cement 4 picks that I just showed you, and kind of the same tooling at the bottom of the sole. Now, hopefully we'll be able to get Nike on that booty as well, because that'll just seal the deal in making this just officially that nice nostalgic OG flair and flavor. Now, as far as when these would release, the original release date for this pair was May 1989, so we may be seeing these in May, a little earlier before summer. All right, so up next, we've got the military 4s. Now, with regards to the date on these, I know that we did see them surface around probably about 2 or 3 months ago via Z Sneakerheads. That's actually a dope IG page for regular sneakers, and they tend to leak some golf sneakers as well. So shout out to them and Soul Collector. But back to business. So basically, this particular pair, I can actually see this pair dropping. It originally dropped, I believe, in the February of 1989 as well. But I don't think Jordan's going to bring this back to its original date, specifically because it's not an OG pair. Outside of that, I think with the OG pairs, they're going to stick to the original date. So kind of don't let that confuse you. Now, a couple things going on with this pick. I know you're probably trying to figure out, why do we have the 121st U.S. Open Torrey Pines logo on there? Well, I did some research and looked a little deeper into this, and it looks like this shoe actually works with some of the product that Nike is going to be pushing out around that time, after looking at the 2021 Nike catalog. So one of the they do have a camo jacket that they have visioned here, and I mean, you can visualize that that white and gray kind of loose camo with these. Nike tends to not really I don't really like the combination of these two, but given the military history of Torrey Pines as it used to be, Army base back in World War II, I believe. So I could see how they could kind of link those up. I think that's a dope kind of historical piece. Now, from a golf standpoint, I don't know how camo will work on the golf course, but I do like how they kind of simultaneously link those two historically together. So these could potentially drop for Torrey Pines and maybe a pack. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that. Don't really know yet. This is kind of speculation on that, just based on what I saw in the catalog. Oh, and it definitely looks like we'll be getting Nike on that booty on these as well. All right, y'all. So on the final round of this this quad of OG pairs, we've got the Fire Red 4s, which actually saw a sneaker release back in November, or last month for that matter. Now these are going to be exciting too, because this is a pair that MJ actually wore during games, just like the Breads, just like the Cements. The military 4s obviously you didn't wear. That's why I stated that I don't believe they're going to stick and stay true to that release date. Now these released originally back in November of 1989. So I could see Jordan Brand and Nike Golf deciding to kind of stay true to that. But I definitely think we're going to get the Nike on the booty again on these. So that's good to know. But I like the execution. I wish I had a picture for you, but this is kind of to give you a visual. It'll be the same tooling as the military 4s, but definitely looking forward to these. Now, obviously, as I mentioned before previously in the video, they may even drop other pairs that are not OG or don't come from an original sneaker colorway. But again, those will be specific to tournaments or simultaneous PGA events in the future. But these are going to be your 4. Remember, we talked about the number 4 with these. So these are going to be your 4 primary 4s colorways. That's a lot of wording right there, but you got me. So here's a plot twist I wasn't expecting. The Jordan 34 Low. This particular shoe came out September 2019, just in time for that NBA season that particular year. And I like it better than its predecessor, which is considered a higher top shoe. And the sole is a little bit more gauged at the bottom. Here's a picture of it so you can see. But the shoe is nice. It's a clean effort. I really dig them, but they really gained notoriety to me on a golf level when one of Michael Jordan's son, pictured here, posted them on his IG story as a golf shoe. And if you pay attention in the video, he actually zooms in on the actual tag. So you're able to see that under the season, it looks like it should be around 2021. It looks like summer 2021. It got cut off. But needless to say, it's a clean, fresh pair. Nice take. Interesting to know Jordan skipped a bunch of different numbers to go all the way to 34. So I wonder what the kind of the message and the meaning is behind that. But I'm sure we'll find out in time. Yo, so New 9 Golf tagged me in this post of this particular pair of 34 lows that are exclusive to the Club 23, the Grove 23, Jordan's exclusive golf club. I think it's limited to about 100 members, but I will be, and it's invitation only, but I will figure out a way to be playing a couple holes at that particular course coming up 2021. We're going to go ahead and claim that. But yeah, interesting take on the shoe. Again, I like the silhouette. I just don't really like the colors of this. The sand desert tan is kind of throwing me off. So I can't really vibe with them, but I wanted to show you guys just for the exclusivity of it all. Oh, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Glad I was able to kind of give you a heads up on what Jordan Brand's got in store for the golf world. So be sure to tune into @TUpKicks with Chris. I'm dropping the details to the giveaway today. And again, just to make sure the clarity is there, it's on Instagram, it's @TUpKicks with Chris. Like I said, I'll be making that post. It'll probably be later this evening, probably like after 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout. Blessings.